fragile peace hangs in the balance as the world watches the unfolding events in Gaza. But will this ceasefire hold, or is it just a temporary respite? Live updates, a delicate peace in Gaza. 1. Hostage release countdown. Israel has released a list of 250 Palestinian prisoners to be set free. But there's a catch. These prisoners will only be released after a 72-hour period, during which all remaining Israeli hostages, both living and deceased, are to be returned. This delicate exchange is set to conclude on Monday afternoon in Israel, with Hamas promising to release the hostages by noon local time. 2. Rafah Crossing reopens. The Rafah Crossing, a vital gateway between southern Gaza and Egypt, will reopen on Tuesday. This move is coordinated with the White House and the EU, according to the Italian Defense Ministry. The crossing will operate in both directions, allowing exit towards Egypt and entry into Gaza, in compliance with the Trump Agreement. 3. Gaza's northern territory. As the Israeli military partially withdraws, displaced Gazans are returning to the northern parts of the territory. However, the destruction witnessed by eyewitnesses in Gaza City and al-Shati refugee camp is a stark reminder of the conflict's brutality. 4. Humanitarian efforts. The International Red Cross emphasizes the need for a dignified and safe return of hostages and prisoners. Nujana Spoljaric, the organization's president, stated that the ceasefire must hold, as lives depend on it. Meanwhile, an Israeli security source reveals that 600 aid trucks are ready to enter Gaza, bringing essential supplies and fuel. 5. Controversial statements. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims that Hamas never agreed to release all hostages until they were forced to do so. But here's where it gets controversial. Hamas disputes this, saying they agreed to the release on the condition of appropriate field conditions. With such differing narratives, the question arises, can a lasting peace be built on these foundations? 6. International efforts. An international team will be established to locate missing hostages, according to Gal Hirsch, the hostage and missing persons coordinator for the Israeli Prime Minister's office. This development comes as the U.S. military Central Command confirms the completion of the first phase of Israel's military withdrawal, marking the beginning of the 72-hour period for Hamas to release all hostages. 7. Demilitarization of Gaza. Netanyahu asserts that Hamas will disarm and Gaza will be demilitarized, but he leaves the means open-ended. He claims that this peace deal was not always an option, but Hamas's agreement came under duress. This interpretation has sparked debate, with many questioning the sustainability of a peace imposed through force. 8. Ceasefire takes hold. The Israeli military declared a ceasefire in Gaza, with troops withdrawing to designated areas. However, the continued presence of Israeli forces in Gaza raises concerns among residents, who are warned to stay away for their safety. The world watches with bated breath as this ceasefire unfolds, hoping for a lasting peace but aware of the challenges ahead. What are your thoughts on this complex situation? Do you believe the ceasefire will hold, or are we witnessing a temporary calm before the storm? Share your opinions and predictions in the comments below, and let's engage in a respectful dialogue about this critical issue.